What's up, Ateros? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another Rican reaction. And yeah, man, I'm gassed. I'm gassed, bro. I am absolutely gassed. That match had everything. It had everything. It was a little bit dull for stages, but it had drama. It had drama. We got to admit that match had drama. From us scoring the goal to them equalizing and getting ruled out. Raya saving us, bro. Yeah, I mean, that match had a lot. I'm glad that I'm healthy because boy, my heart was racing. And yeah, bro. It's we can breathe. We can breathe for another week. That's what I'm saying. We can breathe for another week. We can relax. And this is the one thing that I did say. Like, I'm so glad that we don't have any midweek games. We don't have any midweek competitions. The whole week I can just relax and look forward to the next match. The whole, I can breathe a little bit. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can say. Like, whew. We got through it. But yeah, big up to everyone who's watching. Big up to everyone who's in the chat. We're going to be. And yeah, West Ham 0, Arsenal 1. Leandro Trossard with the winner. And yeah, we are 2 matches away from being the champions of England. We're 2 matches away from history, a bit of history, and I'm absolutely gassed. I don't know what else I could say. Like, I'm speechless. Like I said, I went over to a mate's to watch the match, and I do want to apologize, guys, for earlier, bro. It seemed like I had the stream set up for StreamYard. And when I got on, nothing was working, bro. And I sent a message to BBK. I sent I sent a message to Wafadan, and they were saying the same thing. And everybody was showing that it was going. And I was like, bro, why is StreamYard down? And it's because I guarantee you that it's not just Arsenal content creators. It's also the ops. The ops were they're waiting on us to drop points. And I guarantee, bro, there were tweets lined up. There had to be tweets lined up for if we drop points. If that goal is stood, I guarantee I'll be getting abused by West Ham fans. I'll be getting abused by Liverpool fans. I guarantee you that my phone will be blowing up. Right now, my phone quiet. I can't hear him. I can't hear nobody. Big up AFC always said big up varsity. Yeah, bro. Listen, when he went to the screen, I saw where David Raya was getting held, but I was like, bro, I don't know if they're gonna give that. And then they were chatting. They were chatting outside, and they were, you see the guy in the room, and he's talking and talking. But as soon as he went there, the referee did that, and went to go look at the screen. Because most of the times, if the ref goes to the screen, it's getting overturned. Like, in my opinion, in my experience, most of the time, referee going to the screen. But even then, it's Arsenal. You know what I'm saying? Referee goes to the screen and be like, nah, I called it the right thing. So the fact that he went to the screen, I was like, all right, it's a good chance to get overturned. Then it was overturned. I think I celebrated more for the goal being overturned than the actual goal we scored. But yeah, man, I was gassed. I'm gassed. And we're 2 matches away from being champions, bro. We're 2 matches. And you have to, we're gonna look at it. I'm gonna look at it because this stream is probably gonna be about an hour and a half. Because I need to go to sleep. I need to get some sleep. I got a massive headache now. But we're definitely gonna look at forward. We're gonna look at our chance. I'm gassed, bro. Like I'm lost words because I'm GASSED. Gassed. So big up everybody in the chat. As he always said, I said we beat West Ham, we win the league. Yeah. Yep. I hear you, and I feel like that too. I feel like that too because we got Burnley. We got Burnley and Palace who will be in the Conference League finals. Bro, if we can't beat them two teams, we don't deserve it. We don't deserve it. So big up to the first lady of the chat. You see, yeah, they're stuck hating outside. Yeah, bro, Man United not even in the title race. Liverpool ain't in the title race either. You know what I'm saying? So they waiting to hate on, but I got something planned, bro. If we win that league, I have something planned. I'm off for a week. I'm off for a week when we win the league. I'm off up until the last match, from the last match that we play to the Champions League final. I'm off that entire week, right? I'm going on holiday, but when I come back, I'm playing Stone Cold. Bro, I'm coming to work. I'm stunning everybody. I'm getting patches. I'm getting champions on the back. I'm wearing to work. I'm wearing to work. I'm gonna get champions on the wear to work. I'm gonna wear it all week as well, bro. All week I'm going in my Arsenal kit. I want them to see me. I want you to see me going to work with champ, but we're not there yet. I gotta be humble. But just know, we win that big trophy, boy. I'm gonna get kicked out of group chats, and they not gonna see me at work, bro, because I'm gonna be gassed for the entire summer. As he said, we can be crowned champions week on Monday. Yeah, I'm hoping that Crystal Palace can take them points off of them. I think that Brentford probably should have, but bro, Man City always find a way to get away with stuff. They always find a way to get away with just the niggly fouls. I mean, Bernardo Silva, I can't wait till he leaves. Because that guy, bro, he annoys me like none other. Like, and I asked this question, and I asked this to the chat, bro. Who annoys you more to look at, like, as a player? Bruno Fernandes or Bernardo Silva? Like, who annoys you more? Because it's pretty close. But I think Bernardo Silva, like, I can't stand his face. I can't stand to look at that guy, bro. And I would love nothing more than to watch them crying on the last day because they took that L. Yeah, you won the Carabao Cup. That's great. But we won the big one. I mean, granted, they have one more. But still. Time out now. And AFC always said rival tears have never tasted so good. Bro, I'm waiting. I'm like Randy Orton in the wings right now. I'm like Randy Orton because, boy, when we win, I'm dunking on everyone. I'm telling you, I'm dunking on everybody, bro. I just to kind of, because I like to think, bro. I like to talk about my journey as an Arsenal fan, always. And before I go further though, happy Mother's Day to everyone in the U.S., all the mothers in the U.S. Celebrating. Big up to all the moms in the U.S. Big up to my mother-in-law. She might be watching. I love you, mother-in-law, and I hope you have a good day. But yeah, big up to all the moms, man. Moms make the world go around. They make everything better. So, and happy Heavenly Mother's Day to my mom. All right, I miss her each and every day. But I just wanted to say that, right? Because it is Mother's Day in the U.S. So, yeah, man, I'm gassed. I'm gassed. And yep, yeah, FC always happy Mother's Day, past and present. Moms are vital. Moms are vital. But yeah, I'm trying to, as far as me, I think about my journey of being an Arsenal fan. And I talk about being an Arsenal fan. I haven't been an Arsenal fan that long. I've only been an Arsenal fan for a decade. So I haven't been an Arsenal fan relative to a lot of people, 20, 30 years. I never saw the Invincibles. I never saw the double winning sides. I never saw, the Cup Winners' Cup. I didn't see those things. My introduction into Arsenal was Alexis Sanchez, batting people up. It was Olivier Giroud not scoring and Leicester winning the league. Like it was getting Pam 10-2 by Bayern Munich. You know what I'm saying? Like just it was dropping out of the Champions League places and finishing fifth, and Arsene Wenger going. It was, Unai Emery getting embarrassed in Baku. Like that's been my journey. That's been my journey as an Arsenal fan. And for me personally, like I feel that the next 2 games will make it all worth it, bro. 10 years I've been following this club, and I've been all over Europe. I've been, all over America supporting this club, bro. I've been to supporters bars in North Carolina, supporter bar in Florida. I've been to supporters bars in Copenhagen, Bucharest. You know what I'm saying? I've been around the UK watching this. I've been in Spain, watching the Dominican Republic, Jamaica. Like I've been all over the world watching Arsenal and supporting this club with my shirts, hitting the streams while I'm on the beach. You know what I'm saying? Like I've the last 10 years have been amazing, bro. And I don't, I look at the teams that I probably could have supported and I don't feel regret. You know what I'm saying? And because a lot of the other teams that, my friends support, Man United, they've won. Chelsea, they've won. So many of my friends have seen trophies. And I've seen the FA Cup. Don't get me wrong. It was during COVID. I seen it. I saw it before that. But I haven't seen that big one. I haven't seen the Champions League. I haven't seen us get to the promised land, bro. And today seems like I've got one hand on that trophy. Like I got one foot in the armory. You know what I'm saying? It's been such a journey. And in 2 more weeks, it'll be something like I've never felt before. And I'm, like I said, guys, I'm an American football fan. You guys know this. I know what it feels like to win and not win again. I want my team won in 2001. You know what I'm saying? My team, my Miami Hurricanes won a national championship in 2001. They won that. And then we lost in 2003 and we were never there again until this year. And we didn't win. So I know what it's like to be starving for trophies. So I can relate. I'm at a point, bro, where it seems so it seems so achievable. It seems so believable. It seems like everything that I've endured, the banter, the just showing up to work when we bottled it, showing up to work when we get embarrassed. Like 2 more weeks and I could be on cloud 9. And I know a lot of you guys in the chat feel that way. A lot of you guys in the chat feel like we could be there. We could be somewhere we haven't been in ages. Get to some of your comments. My wife said so many shirts. I don't know what you're talking about, he says as he wears all the different merch. But yeah, I mean, yes, I have. And like I said, I'm grateful to the woman I married to, Mrs. Stoney. she feeds my indulgences, right? I love Kit. I like looking nice, and she feeds it. She allows me to do that. But she also checks me, because there's some times where, hey, can I get this Henri for 250 quid? She like, I'm like, yeah, you're right. I don't need it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I don't need it. But you know what I'm saying? Like, she keeps me in balance, and that's what I appreciate. But yeah, I've gotten so many shirts on sale. Yeah, I've gotten so much. So it's been great. It's been a great 6 years. It's had its ups, it's had its downs, but I feel so close, man. It feels so close. And like I said, part of me feels the PTSD because I don't want it to fall apart. What if it falls apart? I don't know how I'll recover. I don't know how, if it falls apart from here, and I'm sure a lot of you guys in the chat feel that way. Like, I don't know how I'll recover. Like, I got it, bro. If we don't win it from here, knock on wood, bro. I gotta find something else to do. I don't know if it. I don't know if us as the fan base can recover. I don't know if Mikel Arteta can recover. I don't know if the players will recover. So we must get over the line. But I'm gassed. The dopamine's high. First Lady says, just looking at my short time as a fan, it feels like we're so overdue for the top. Yeah. 10 years, bro. And it's funny that you say that, right? So, me and my wife, we moved to Spain 2016. So we were watching Sevilla and watching Arsenal. And I remember that, like, people used to say, oh, Arsenal ain't won the league in 12 years. And I was like, oh, 12 years ain't that, you know what I'm saying? 20, like, because 2016, what, 2004, 12 years? Like, 12 years. Oh, we ain't won the league in 12 years. And now 12 has become 22. And you just like, when you think about that, bro, like, we started being Arsenal fans and they hadn't won at 12 years. We've added a decade to that. An entire decade of not winning. And I can just imagine the fans who were fans since the 80s. And like, I think about other teams, because that's how I am. I'm a football guy. I think about other teams. Like Liverpool, who went 30 years without winning. At least they got a Champions League along the way. A couple, you know what I'm saying? But not winning the league for 30 years after being at the pinnacle in the late 80s and early 90s, like, crazy. But I think about it, like, we went from 12 to 22 real quick. I've been married a decade, bro. 11 years. And most of that time been an Arsenal fan. So, yeah. Big up, Karma. She said, good day, Rican and Stoney. Good day, Karma. It is nighttime. It is nighttime. It is 8:35 p.m. here in the UK. But yeah, it's a great night. I'm not gonna lie. And that's Stoney bigging up Karma as well. Like, this weekend's been great. The last couple weeks been great. So first off, Saturday, I'm watching Sevilla play, and we got to beat Espanyol because we're struggling, bro. That Sevilla match, we go down a goal, it's looking done for. We get one back, and then we go and get the winner. And now they're 12th. They went from 16th, 17th to 12th. And we still got to play Real Madrid. It's not over. But that gap is there. And now we can almost breathe easy. So we start with that, and then Arsenal win. Bro, it's been a good weekend. One team surviving relegation, the other team 1 foot closer to the title. And I'm over the moon, bro. I'm 100% over the moon. So yeah. West Ham 0, Arsenal 1. And yeah, it's great. It is a great night to be an Arsenal fan. And it's a tough night to be a hater. Because I'm pretty sure the rivals were like, oh, Arsenal gonna crumble because City won 3-0 and Arsenal gonna crumble because that's the history of the Arsenal. And we won. But we are going to talk about stuff, so let's get into the player ratings. Let's talk about the player ratings, everyone. I'm going to start with the defense first. I'm going to do this out of order because I don't want to start with the main man first. I want to start with the defense first. Right? Because my man of the match, 10 out of 10 is David Raya. I'm going to start right there. 10 out of 10, David Raya, man of the match. That's what it is. But I'm going to skip him for now. And I'm going to start with Ben White. Now, I've come on here a lot, and I've said that Ben White gives us a lot going forward, and sometimes defensively he's a liability. Big up Godfrey. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. Say Gooner Rican, big up, bro. What a huge 3 points. Yes, it was, bro. Yes, it was. Like I said, we'll talk about it. Stand by. When Ben White came off, let's talk about, because you can't talk about Ben White and not talk about the manager. So that's what we're going to do, okay? Ben White comes off with an injury. Now, the first thing I noticed, and the first thing I said is Ben White being off slowed the team down, right? It slowed the team down because Ben White, regardless of what he gives you defensively, he links up with Saka very well, but he keeps the ball moving forward on the right-hand side. That's what he does. Like, let's be 100% honest, right? Ben White gets injured, and I'm just gonna give Ben White a standard 6, right? Because I thought it was good, but then he went injured, so you can't really rate him because he didn't play the entire match. But what he did play, I'll give him a 6. Ben White goes down, and our manager decides to put on Martin Zubimendi instead of the guy that we've had playing at right back, Christian Mosquera. And from that moment, we slow down. Like, we create nothing. Nothing happens. And my mind can't get over that. But we're not gonna talk about that yet. I'm gonna star that. Right? I'm gonna star your chat, Godfrey, because Godfrey said this manager is showing us that he can't be trusted. What was he doing? Rice at right back ruined the momentum. Facts. I'm going to talk about that because I'm going to talk about the manager. But as far as White right now, he gets a 6. But he definitely shows you what he gives you when he links up with Bukayo Saka and when he marauders down that right side. He definitely shows you what he gives you. So I'll give Ben White a 6. Gabriel and Saliba, I'm going to give them 7.5, both of them. Our defense gets 7.5. They put their body on the line, right? And one thing I will say, though, because we talked about it, right? Me and my mate were talking. Gabriel's our best defender. If not one of our best players. Gabriel he can give you headers. He puts his body on the line. He's a leader. Bro, Gabriel Magalhaes in periods, bro. That he blocked a couple shots that definitely would have probably caused us some problems. He's everywhere. His recovery runs, his putting his body on the line. 7.5, right? And I know people like to talk about Saliba. Saliba's a Rolls Royce. He's so good. But one thing I will pose to the community, and I pose to the chat. When do we look better? Do we look better with Saliba and Gabriel not there? Or do we look better with Gabriel and Saliba not there? In my opinion, Gabriel can be there with Mascara. He can be there with Nkapia, and I'm still okay. Saliba, not so much. I think Saliba's great, but sometimes I feel like Saliba needs that voice next to him. And that's what Gabriel brings. That's what Gabriel brings to this team. That guy is imperious. And it's an absolute shame I do not have his name on the back of a kit. It's a shame. And I will go pay to have Gabriel Magalhaes on the back of a kit. He deserves it. That guy is imperious. He is. I actually went to go get his, and I told you guys this story. I went to get his name on the back of the kit last year, and someone stole it. So I like defenders because I'm a big dude. But Gabriel Magalhaes, you know what? I got to give him an 8. I'll give Saliba a 7.5. I'll give Gabriel an 8. Gabriel's just, he's the rock in our defense. He's the rock in our defense, bro. And I absolutely love that guy. I absolutely love Gabriel Magalhaes, bro. And Godfrey says the amount of crucial blocks Gabriel has is insane. Bro, blocks, putting his header on things, just being a menace, being an absolute menace. And, bro, we went from man like Mustafi and Koscielny to Gabriel Magalhaes and William Saliba. Bro, this is what I'm talking about. 10 years ago, I'm watching calamity in the middle. And now I looked at defense and I'm like, ain't nothing getting past us. The clean sheet crew, they ain't getting past us. They got to work hard. You got to earn it. Even that Callum Wilson one, he had to earn it. It didn't count, but he had to earn it, bro. And Godfrey said, David Luiz and those, yeah, bro. Bro, the clown show. What? Mustafi by himself. It was tough. So yeah, bro, coming from that to these two, bro. I used to wish for times like this, and we're here. We're absolutely here. So big up that back line. Ricardo Calafiori. I'm pretty sure Calafiori came off. He came off once we actually made the correct sub. He wasn't injured. Ricardo Calafiori, I'll give him a 7. The crazy thing is, and I talk about this. Excuse me. It's funny because I talk so much about Calafiori and Ben White not being defensively astute. But going forward and what they provide, they do just enough defensively. But going forward, Calafiori, he's always running in and around there. He's creating. He's doing everything he can. And if he could stay fit, we got something, bro. We got something. But yeah, man, Calafiori gets a 7 for me. Godfrey said didn't understand the Calafiori sub. He had to, because I don't think he wanted to take Zubimendi off right off. I think he had to take Calafiori off. But I don't understand it either. We'll talk about it, Godfrey. I'm looking at it. We'll talk about it because I just don't understand. I don't understand. So that's the defense. Calafiori 7, Gabriel 8, Saliba 7.5. White gets a 6 because he was subbed off injured. And now I'll circle back to the main man. 10 out of 10. And I don't give 10 out of 10. You got to be imperious. You've got to have a world-class match to get a 10 out of 10. I'm giving David Raya a 10 out of 10, not just for today, for the entire season. We went from the ghost of Petr Cech. We went from David, not David, what's his name? Bernd Leno. Sorry. I was going to say David Luiz. Sorry. We went from Petr Cech, Bernd Leno, Aaron Ramsdale. We had Martinez at points. At first, I was like, bro, at first I was like, why did we get rid of Aaron Ramsdale for David Raya? Wait, where does that make sense, bro? Aaron Ramsdale was doing a good job. Bro, David Raya has more than proved why he is on this team, why he is at this club, why he's the number one. David Raya today may have saved our season twice. He saved our season twice. Give me a second. Let me take a drink of water. David Raya. That's it. David Raya. Bro, 10 out of 10 on Gooner Rican TV. Take a bow, sir. West Ham is through on goal. I forget who it was. My mind was too much. But West Ham players through on goal. 1-on-1 with the keeper. David Raya sticks his leg out and blocks it. And my heart was in my stomach. Then David Raya goes to get, the corner, if you will. And he's being mauled. I'll say mauled because I'm shameless. But the player's got his hand over him like that. Not only does he have his arm over one shoulder, he's literally grabbing this bit, right? I saw it. Then on the back angle, you see another player who's grabbing his shirt, and he still managed to get two hands on the ball. Granted, it bounced, and we know that Callum Wilson thought he scored, but he got fouled, and that doesn't count. And then we stay solid at the back. We get through it, and we're closer to winning the title. David Raya, my friend, has kept us in so many matches, has kept it so respectable. Not only that, but he's a calm voice. He's the voice. He's the voice that we need at the back. You know what I'm saying? And they used to say, "Oh, Aaron Ramsdale gets bored, and he loses concentration." I don't have that problem with David Raya. Sometimes we do have a lapse of concentration. When the back passing and such is kind of goofy. But when it comes to him saving us, David Raya has been counted on more and more, again and again. And that's the 10 out of 10 performance today, David Raya. Because that one-on-one save saved our season. If that goes in, we're talking about a draw. We're talking about trying to beat City on goal difference after they scored 3 easy goals. Now we're talking about we just have to keep winning. Just have to beat Burnley. Just have to beat Palace. I'm just saying, bro, David Raya, 10 out of 10. Big up Godfrey said, Raya Premier League player of the season. These performances are ridiculous. We're here because of him alongside Gabriel, Saliba, and Rice. But mostly him. Yeah. Our defense has been the spine of our team. Declan Rice, helping to sweep up. Declan Rice helping to sweep up. Gabriel and Saliba being rocks at the back. And David Raya, bro, they've kept us in. When our team wasn't scoring, these guys kept the game close enough for us to nick a goal to get those points. So big up to them. But David Raya, amazing, bro. 100% amazing. 10 out of 10 for me. And he said, and the Glock, my striker. Yeah, bro. Running again. Running his socks off. Granted, we kind of fell off after the changes because Mikel Arteta had to put in the donkey in there. But yeah, bro, holding the ball up, being just a menace. And that's what we asked for. So big up to Victor Gyökeres. Guy said, you can't have two players wrestling you. What are we doing? 100% a foul. Rivals can. Bro, that's what I said it was a foul when I first seen it. I'm like, bro, you can't have your arm against this dude. Come on, bro. Like, I get it if he had one arm on here, right? You'd be like, maybe a little shaky. Bro, he had his arm across his chest and another player pulling him. How is that not a foul? Bro, take the hater glasses off and just admit that it was a foul, bro. Just admit it was a foul. And like I said, bro, I hate that it had to be West Ham because I definitely want Tottenham to go down. But it was a foul, bro. It was a foul. And like I said, I can't stand Callum Wilson's face. So, off with him. Godfrey said, remember that header he saved in the first half? Yeah, bro. David Raya is there when he needs to be. And it's not always the glamour saves. He does the basics very well. And he's where we need him to be when we need him to be. And that's something that throughout the 10 years of my Arsenal fandom, I can't say about a lot of goalkeepers. Maybe Emi Martinez and Petr Cech at times. But this guy I can't fault him, bro. Big up DG. He said, big up Gooner Rican. Big up to you, my friend. He said Raya had to contest with WWE tactics. Man's being neck choked and pulled back by West Ham players. 2 versus 1 is a foul. These West Ham players, but they're saying it wasn't a foul because they want to stay up. And it's easy to foul on Arsenal. It's fine, bro. I hate it had to be you, but it did. And you know what I would say to the West Ham fans that are complaining? That foul isn't the reason you guys are in the relegation zone. You had 36 or 35 other match weeks to not be in the relegation zone. That foul ain't the reason. So complain, cry, and then go and win the next game and hope for the best, guys. I'm sorry. And if we're completely honest, West Ham fans, this should have been close. If it weren't for our manager having an absolute stinker of a nightmare, then we probably would have been clear. But our manager tried to I'm not getting into him right now. We're not getting into him right now. I'm trying to be calm. We're not getting into him right now. But, yeah, that Ryan gets 10 out of 10 for me. DJ said, this is what VAR is for. It's these decisions the ref miss about. Yeah, it's for the decisions that the ref miss. Or the problem I have with VAR in this country is a lot of people running the VAR are friends with the referees that are actually refereeing, and I don't think that's impartial. I think the people who run VAR should be impartial referees. Maybe put referees from different countries in the VAR booth, and then that you'll have an impartial thing. That you'll have VAR checking this. You know what I'm saying? That's where it'd be better. But you've got a lot of buddy, and that's the issue that you have. So big up, DG. All right, so yeah, David Raya, man of the match, 10 out of 10 for me. Imperious. Absolutely imperious. Let's get into the midfield. Miles Lewis-Skelly. I'm gonna group Miles Lewis-Skelly and Declan Rice together. I'm gonna group them together, and both of them get 7.5s for me. The reason I'm going to group them together is because both were asked to play positions that aren't their best positions. And DJ said that save Ryan made 1v1 on my day. Yeah, bro. Yeah. 1v1. We talked about 10 out of 10, bro. 10 out of 10. He saved our season. That isn't saving the season because it saved our season. But yeah, Lewis Skelly and Rice go together because at one point Lewis Skelly was asked to go to left back, and at another point, Declan Rice was asked to go to right back. And Declan Rice, bro, when Declan Rice went to right back to slide in Zubimendi, my mind automatically went to Thomas Partey. And when that happened, I was like, we're not gonna win this game now. And it's negative. It sounds negative, but how many games did we win with Thomas Partey, our best midfielder, at right back? I think we won the first match we did it, and the last match we did it. And like the 6 or 7 in between, we didn't win. So as soon as Rice went to right back, I'm like, bro, we're throwing this game away. We're throwing this game away. Now, credit to him. Credit to Declan Rice. He stayed with it. He was getting cooked for a little bit. He stayed with it. He was solid until we could get somebody out there to do the job. So I'll give him a 7.5. Miles Lewis Skelly as well, having to help defensively because our manager thought that Zubimendi going in there was a great idea. Having Declan Rice at, right back was a good idea. So he had to help. 7.5, Miles Lewis Skelly. I like Miles Lewis Skelly, man. I like Miles Lewis Skelly because he makes the forward passes. In the first half, when he was playing the 8, he made 4 just splitting passes. Boom, 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 right? He's not scared to turn and take people on. He's not scared to try to thread a pass through the needle. Sometimes he gets, sometimes he don't, but at least he's willing to do it. So big up to Miles Lewis Skelly and big up to Declan Rice, especially for, some of the corners he put in. I thought they were good. We got him, he got him to head. Yeah. I thought it was solid, 7.5. Eberechi Eze gets a 7, standard 7 for me. He had a free kick, man, that got hit by the wall. I was like, why would you? My thing is, right, and it's something that my mate said to me as well, and it has to do with Rice. He scores those free kicks for Real Madrid, and then we let everybody else take free kicks, bro. Why don't you let Declan Rice take some free kicks? We know that he can score them, bro. Like, let him take more free kicks. Like, Eze's free kick wasn't that great. But Eze, like I said, also as well, go forward. He goes forward. He does, he creates. He tries to make things happen. Sometimes he loses the ball, fine. Your Mavericks are going to lose the ball. Then once the subs and kind of second half happened, I think he kind of faded for me. I'll give him a 6.5. I'll give him a 6.5. I think he faded a little bit, but I don't want to give anybody under a 6 because he was solid. It was solid. We won. So Godfrey says as a 6 for me. DG said Raya 10. He's got the other ratings: Ben White 7, Saliba 8, Gabriel 8, MLS 8, Rice 8, Zuby 4, Odegaard 7, Eze 7. Don't worry, I will get into it, and I will start this chat because I will read that one later. Bukayo Saka for me, I think he was anonymous. And help me out, guys. In the chat, help me out. He probably gets the standard 7 because he won. But I can't remember Saka doing much. Am I just gassed? Like, was I just gassed and just not paying attention? Or I don't remember hearing his name that much. He did go forward a couple times, and he put some crosses in, but I'll give him a 7. I'll give him a 7. He gets a 7 for me. Leandro Trossard for me gets I'll give Trossard a 9 because he scored a winning goal. I'll give him a 9 because he scored a winning goal. And one thing that I say about Trossard, and one thing that I say, oh, Trossard look like he's running in quicksand and he's not gonna run too fast. But one thing Trossard does do, and one thing that he's done for us since he's come here, is he scores big goals in big moments. Regardless of how you feel, Leandro Trossard scores big goals in big moments. He stands up to be counted. That's what he does. So yeah, he makes things happen. He absolutely makes things happen. So that goal is what we needed. It's exactly what we needed. It was a spark. It was a spark that we needed to hold on. So 9 out of 10 for me for Trossard. And Victor Gyökeres gets an 8.5 for me. He ran his socks off. He was there. He made himself available. He held the ball up. Like I said, the only thing that didn't come was the goal. But with how we changed our team, I didn't expect him to get a goal, to be honest. I expected once Zubimendi came on and Kai Havertz came on, I knew that he wasn't scoring from then, to be honest. So I'll give him an 8. I'll give him an 8 for running the socks off and being there and thereabouts. That's what I'll do for Victor Gyökeres. But yeah, that's my starting lineup. Now let's get into the substitutions. Now, the first substitution that was made, Ben White goes down, Martin Zubimendi comes on. And I, for the life of me, could not figure out how Zubimendi came on at his natural position and did absolutely nothing. I didn't do anything. I can't. If Zubimendi did something, guys, please tell me. Put it in the chat if he did something. Please. I'm not entirely sure. I can't remember Zubimendi doing anything of note. Zubimendi, oh God, I don't want to be harsh, bro. I'll give him a 5. I'll be nice. I'll give him a 5. But he's also got to be embarrassed because you were subbed on for an injured player and you were so mid that you were subbed off as well. Like, imagine being subbed on for somebody and then subbed off because you're that bad. Bro, 5. 5 for Zubimendi. 5 for Zubimendi. Yeah. Yeah. Next player rating from the subs bench. Mascara finally did come on. Godfrey says you're too kind. Yeah, I don't like to give people less than a 5 because we won, but broski. Oh, unless it's the manager, because the manager, he getting less than a 5 today. But Zubimendi, he was mid, bro. Like, he didn't give the ball away. He didn't make any big mistakes. But bro, you got subbed on to get subbed off. Like, you got to be embarrassed. And Godfrey said Zuby mentality is concerning right now. And he says you're too kind. Yeah. But I don't know what's up with that guy. He's not. Like I said, bro, I don't think Zuby. I don't know what's wrong with Zuby. it could be the fact that Zuby's played more games at this point than he's played ever in his career during the season. Because Real Sociedad, they ain't playing like in Europe and the FA Cup and you know what I'm saying? They're not doing all that. And he's not playing all of that. That could be it. But bro, for you to get subbed on and subbed off, yeah, 5, bro. DG gave him a 4. But I'm trying to be nice. 5. You get middle of the road 5. You didn't do anything that resulted in a goal, but you weren't great. 5. Mascara, I give a 7. He came on and did what he's supposed to do. Defend. Something that he probably should have been brought on when White went down to do. So defend, he gets a 7. Who else came on? Madueke. Nani Madueke gets a 7.5. Because Saka, like I said, wasn't that great. But Nani Madueke came on and he was moving the ball. He does what he does, man. He runs, and he actually kept the ball in play. And I have to give him a 0.5 for keeping the ball in play. That's what Nani Madueke gets from me. He gets a 0.5 for keeping the ball in play. So that's what he gets from me. Big up, Jack. He says Madueke gets a pass. Yeah, he gets a 7.5, man. Because I also give him a 7.5 because I thought he was better than Saka. I thought when he came on, he gave us a little bit more than Saka. I just don't think Saka was. Maybe he's not. I think that Saka too. I knew that Saka was going to decline in the match when we put Declan Rice at right back. I knew he was going to get more. He was going to get less when we put that, because him and White have this chemistry that they know where to go, and White gets in the ball in the advantageous positions because White, I think, because White's been injured and he knows Saka's been injured, I think White kind of ascertains where to put the ball where Saka can actually be, that little bit, because he's not as explosive as he was before, but neither is Ben White. And I think Ben White kind of knows where to put it. Whereas Declan Rice, it just wasn't going. He's not a right back. You know what I'm saying? He's not a right back. So when White went down, Declan Rice ain't putting the ball in those positions for Saka to attack and get that little bit of space when he's lost the pace. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. And Jack says Rice started a beautiful pass to Saka, but I agree. Ben and Mikhail have great keep. Yeah, Rice can do it, but it's not as frequent as Declan Rice, not Declan Rice, Ben White, the overlapping, underlapping, and things like that. But yeah, Godfrey said Saka doesn't have that burst of pace. Diouf was comfortable throughout the match. Madueke offers more pace as well. Diouf was kind of struggling. Yeah, and that's the thing, right? So Nani Madueke gives you that just raw pace where he'll run past you and keep you on toast. And I think that's what we're gonna like. If I'm thinking ahead to the next season, that's what we're gonna have to have on the left-hand side next season. Somebody with the pace of a Martinelli, but will keep the ball in bounds and actually can take someone on. And then if you have those two kind of running, then Gyökeres is gonna eat, man, because they're gonna be in the in the box waiting on that guy. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, waiting on the ball at least. But yeah, Nani Madueke, I give a 7.5. I thought he was better when he came on. Big up Sean. He said, big up Gooner Rican 1-0 to the Arsenal, but that was stress. Yes, that was. Yes, it was. All right. So another guy who came on, and I got to be honest. I got to give him his credit. Martin Odegaard. Martin Odegaard also gets a 7.5. And the reason that Martin Odegaard gets a 7.5, he passed the ball forward. He actually had some really good passes straight through. And for a few minutes, I saw a glimpse of the Martin Odegaard whose name I got on the back of the kit. That's all I want. I want Martin Odegaard to be the man to push us forward. None of this sideways stuff. None of this backward stuff. None of this scared stuff. Pass the ball forward. Be counted. And at points, I saw that. So big up to Martin Odegaard. Big up to Martin Odegaard for that. Maybe those passes, maybe being on the front foot will be the difference. And lastly but not leastly, Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz gets the standard 7. He ain't do much. I don't remember him doing much. He just came on to run around, I think. But yeah. That's all I remember. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. So that's the 5 subs. So yeah. The manager. Big up to Jack. He said that cross from Saka was right on Gyökeres's head. That was painful to watch for those crying about service to Gyökeres. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he had one where he probably should have got it. And there was a couple corners we probably should have got on target as well. But those will come. We still won. He ran the socks off. But yeah. And big up, Sean. We're going to talk about Mikel Arteta. Let me go back to my start chats. Because Godfrey had some big points. And let me get rid of this. Give me a second. Because I want to talk to you guys. I want you guys to see me. Jack said, give me a second. Jack said, I really didn't understand how after Odegaard came on fresh, he couldn't catch up when he got countered. He looked slow. He's not fit. And this is the thing, Jack. A lot of our players aren't fit, man. They've been running to the ground. The fact that they can run it all, in my opinion, is probably a testament to them. But when you look at guys like Declan Rice, Martin Zubimendi, these guys who've been running, and then the guys like Martin Odegaard, Bukayo Saka, Ben White, guys who have been injured and probably ushered back quickly. I don't expect them to be fully at the pace. Right now, Jack, all I care about is us doing just enough to win. Just enough to win. That's all I want. I want us to do just enough to win. Get the 3 points and move on. That's it. Don't make any mistakes and hold on. But speaking of holding on and not making any mistakes, Godfrey said this manager showing us that he can't be trusted. What was he doing? Rice at right back ruined the momentum. Zuby stinker and hooked as well. We're talking this, right? Because I starred all of the chats. DG said earlier, Arteta always doing stupidness. I wanted to star those chats because Sean has just come in here and said Arteta gets a 5 today. Deviated from his normal like-for-like subs by bringing on Zubimendi when he should have brought on Mosquera from the start. Arteta disrupted our midfield and made things worse. Only rectified his mistake by pulling Zubimendi off and brought on an actual half-decent Odegaard. Mikel Arteta gets a 3 for me. 3 for me. And that's me being kind. Because I thought that, and I said this on Dark Side chat. Mikel Arteta today tried to pull defeat from the jaws of victory. We were on top of West Ham, right? Ben White goes down. The smart thing to do is to just take Ben White off, put Mosquera, leave everything how it is, keep going at them. No, this guy puts our best midfielder at right back. He brings in the ghost of Zubimendi. Now, our midfield looks trash because Zubimendi can't do what Rice does. Then what ends up happening is Miles Lewis-Skelly has to drop to kind of cover for Zubimendi because he knows Zubimendi doesn't have the legs, right? Then you've got Jets are pretty much on an island because Zubimendi ain't passing the ball. He's not going to progress the ball forward like Miles Lewis Skelly would. So then Ezra's trying to do, they're trying to get the ball to Saka, but they're not because West Ham then says, well, we ain't got to run at you. Let's just drop deep because we know that the fridge and Zubimendi won't drop back. I mean, won't penetrate. You know what I'm saying? Ezra on the island won't penetrate. And now Miles Lewis Skelly is back there trying to help defend. So he won't be a threat. And they just waited us out, bro. Like, Mikel, bro, you paid £15 million a year to see this coming. You love a like-for-like sub. And the one time we beg for a like-for-like sub, you go and do some stupidity. You go put Partey at right back like you did last season. How many times did that work? And I know it's not Partey, it's Declan Rice, but it's the same thing. Declan Rice is the anchor of our midfield right now. And you go put him at right back for Zubimendi. Where does that make sense? Then you've got to use a sub that you could have brought on a Max Dowman. You could have brought on, who else didn't come on? And copy it, for kind of to kind of shore things up. But no, you have to waste our sub to bring Zubimendi on and then take him off because he's crap. Like, come on, bro. You wasted, 60 minutes when you could have just done a like for like. We could have put two past them, and then you could have put on whoever you wanted. Trying to be too clever. And now people praise him. Oh, I got dudes in the group chat talking about, oh, he saw the mistake, but he rectified. He shouldn't have had to. Because you and me not making £15 million a year. No, you don't sub off your best midfielder. Well, you don't push your best midfielder into right back. You don't push one of your best players into a position he's not familiar with. Why do we keep doing this? We got lucky today with it. We got lucky that West Ham didn't punish us. But come on, bro. And then you bring Mascara on anyway. You should have done that ages ago. Come on, bro. 3 out of 10. 3 out of 10, bro. And you should be lucky I'm giving you that. I'm in a good mood. Like Sean said, only rectified. Yeah, bro. Odegaard was half decent. 100%. He was actually passing the ball forward. But, bro, you wasted a sub trying to be clever. Jack said 3 points. That's it. I feel today we played down to our competition. Definitely 3. Yeah, bro. Bro, we played down to our competition because he destroyed the balance of our team. He destroyed the balance of our team to get his favorite Zubimendi on, and he was crap. Bro, imagine getting subbed on to get subbed off. It's embarrassing, bro. You gotta be embarrassed. And then you sub what? Calafiore off? When I thought he was doing all right. He wasn't injured. You subbed him off. It's weird, bro. It's weird. And we got away with it. But, bro, this manager, and this is why I think that he's a good manager. I don't think he's elite. I don't think he's because elite managers don't make these decisions. They don't put. I don't think elite managers put their best midfielder at right back. Pep's done it, but Pep's also had great players he could put back in that position. Zubimendi is not a world-class player to me. So you put, basically our world-class 6 at right back and then put a bum in the middle. Bro, 3. Calafiore is also injured as well, according to Arteta's postman. But the commentator said he wasn't injured. So I don't know. Because the commentator came on, because that's what my mate said. He said, is he injured again? But the commentator said he wasn't injured. So is Mikel Arteta just saying he's injured to save his blushes, or is he actually injured? Because we know Mikel Arteta don't always tell the truth. Let's just be honest. Both our fullbacks are injured again, and we better hope our center backs don't get injured while our backups play fullbacks now. Listen, Sean, we only have to survive 2 matches. 2 matches, that's it. We only have to survive 2 more matches. Right? And I keep telling people, right? I want the Prem. If we win the Prem and we don't win the Champions League, I'll be okay with that because we won the Prem. I'll be honest. So in my mind, I think 2 more matches. I want the Prem more than anything, because I want to walk before I run. Right. Wanyeri went on loan for us to watch sideways Mendy stink up our midfield, keep MLS out of midfield as well. Wasted money on this guy who probably misses the mountains of San Sebastian. Yeah, bro. Yeah. I guarantee you Zubimendi will probably be back in Spain in a couple of years, bro. He'll probably be back in Spain, bro. The amount of running that man has to do, he probably like, bro, I can go do this in Spain. I can go do less running and win more in Spain. I'm just saying. He probably, and then in the weather as well. Yeah, bro. Jack say agreed. Jack say Man City out here destroying Brentford. We here scraping by relegation. But Jack, remember what I said, bro? A scrape, limp, whatever we do to get past the opposition and get 3 points, I do not care. I don't care at this point. Aesthetics don't mean much to me now. The last 3 matches is dopamine and 3 points. That's all I'm caring about. Jack thinks 3 is generous. Yeah, I'm in a good mood, bro. I'm in a good mood. To be fair, commentator doesn't know. Yeah, it's true. But I mean, like I said, Mikel Arteta be lying. He be saying that players are fit and they're not, and then he say, you know, oh, this guy might be back, and you still don't see him. So, yeah. Sean says Wanyeri's linked with a move to Chelsea as well. We bought Sideway Mendy and Maduki to make a Gnabry level mistake again. Yeah, bro. Bro, allowing Ethan Wanyeri to go on loan was poor oversight in general. I think it's poor oversight in general. But I don't want to cry with spilled milk. He's over there. We're on the cusp of winning. But yeah, it just seems like a not intelligent move, in my opinion. Jack said, not gonna lie, PSG looking at us like food. Yeah, bro. Like that meme, bro, just rubbing their hands behind the tree. Yeah, bro. Just waiting. Snacking, bro. Sean said, I want the Champions League more. I'm tired of the Champions of Europe. You'll never sing that song. I've seen the EPL in my lifetime. We need a UCL to sit at the table. I mean, Sean, you weren't in here when I went through my monologue, but I hear you. Like I said, man, for me, when I first started supporting this team in 2016, 2016, 2017, they were saying it's been 12 years since you won a title. We're now at 22. Right? For me, I want the title because I went from watching man like Mustafi and 10-2s to 2 matches away from the promised land. Right? I can't even think about the Champions League. I hear you, though, and I agree with you. The Champions League of Europe thing annoys me, but I just want to win. I want to win in England so I can walk around England with my champions and my chest out. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to do. City should have had like 3 red cards versus Brentford. Yeah, bro, we talked about it. Bernardo Silva, I can't stand that dude's face. He always gets away with murder, and I can't wait for him to leave. Because they just annoy me. He annoys me. Him and Bruno just annoy me to no ends. So yeah. And Sean says, I genuinely believe Wanyeri and Arteta have fallen out. I hope Berta is smart and does the Saliba thing with Wanyeri. Send him to Como with Seth for 2 to 3 years and bring him back when Arteta's gone. Yeah, Arteta ain't leaving. Arteta about to sign a 5-year contract, bro. Sean, I want you to know that man signing a 5-year contract. Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself mentally. And he'll probably be here the whole 5. Well, frankly, you should be doing both the Prem and the UCL by the end of I agree. I think the Prem should be done. And I think that we have an actually, with the way we play defense, I think we have a good chance to win. We definitely have a good chance to win in the league. So I'm not in the league, in the Champions League. Sorry. But yeah, I agree. So yeah. What else do I have here? Next up, I want to show you. I just want to show you guys the table. There we are, my friends. There we are. Arsenal Football Club, 79 points. Manchester City, 74. Sean says, 5 years is absurd, especially when Seth wants to come and manage us. We should be bringing him in the next 2 to 3 years after he wins more with Como. Yeah, and that could be the thing. You know what? Mikel Arteta could get tired of going back and forth. But yeah, it could be a thing. But yeah, big up Curvy Models Daily. Good evening to all Gooners. I don't know what that is. I hope it ain't spam, but big up to you if you are an actual account. Yeah. But looking at the table, so I mean, my mate, bro, he was in his house, and the man grabbed a pen and a piece of paper. He was literally trying to determine, at what point we can win the league. And I look at our form in the last 5. We won 3 of the last 5. But bro, when you think about it, if we had won those first 2, we probably could have been champions. Today could have been the day we won the champion. You know what I'm saying? So, like today could have been the day where, we talking about we win at Burnley, it's over. You know what I'm saying? But we are where we are. Manchester City behind 5 points. And then you look at the bottom of the table, and West Ham are in trouble. They're mixed, which you can't really have. They're on the same kind of thing as Tottenham. So, yeah, man. Now, I wanted to look at the table because we're looking at Manchester City's next fixtures. Let's see if it'll do it. So their next fixtures, they have Palace on Wednesday. I will be watching that one. Just because I think it'll be a good match. And I ain't got nothing to do in the midweek, so I'll probably just watch. Yeah, I'll probably just give it a watch, man. Just chill. And then they've got at the weekend, they've got the FA Cup final versus Chelsea. And then Tuesday, they have Bournemouth. And then Sunday, they've got Villa. They tried to get these rearranged, but this group of fixtures will actually help us because you got to go Wednesday, then you got to go Saturday, then you got to go Tuesday. What do they prioritize? Will they look at our win today and say, "Oh, can we win? Will it matter?" or they say, "Oh, let's get the domestic cup double." And yeah, we've lost, but we won a domestic cup double. We finished second. And yeah, that could be it. Sean said, genuinely like Palace as a club and hope they do something against City on Wednesday. Also, Bournemouth could get UCL if Villa drop points winning the Europa League, so they'll give City a go. One draw. Yeah, all we need is a draw, and that's pretty much all she wrote. So it is possible. But looking at that, especially when they're playing back to back to back, they go with the Wednesday to the Saturday. That's what? 2 days. Then the Saturday to the Tuesday, that's 3 days. And then the Tuesday through the Sunday is a little bit more. But these 3 matches will determine kind of our season for us. So that's where it is for them. And then for us, as you saw, we got the 1-0 win versus West Ham. And our last matches, the Monday versus Burnley, which I'm still trying to negotiate. Maybe I can go to that. Because I think I get off early that night. It's the 10th. What's it this? Yeah, I get up early on the Monday, so I might be able to go to that if my mate says I got a ticket, I might go to that one. But just because it might be the match that we actually clinched, the title. But yeah. And then Palace versus Arsenal, Sunday, May 24th. This one, I think they will be. I'm pretty sure they'll be on because I think their match is on the 27th. I think they'll be kind of resting because they'll want to win that match. So they'll probably put out a B team versus us because they will want to win. They don't want any injuries before that match. They want to win it. And then, of course, the Champions League for us. So, yeah, man. 1-0 to the Arsenal. Beautiful to see. Beautiful to see. So, big up. Let's get back into some of your comments. Raya. Raya is the best goalkeeper in the league. Sorry, my bad. My brain went blank. We could have been on 1 point or even 0 points. And I talked about it. That Raya pretty much saved our season today. He saved our season today. That 1v1 saved our season. And he's done it more times than one. If we had been more clinical, we'd probably be clear. But likewise, if we had, let's be honest, if we had Bern Leno or an Aaron Ramsdale in goal the entire season, I don't think we're close. I think David Raya has saved us a lot of times this season, and I'm very grateful to him. 10 out of 10. Curry Model said, I'm an actual account, bro. All right, big up to you then. Barca about to win the league after slapping up Madrid. What a way for them to win. We talked about this. I talked about this. When did I do it? I talked about this on the Waffle House, I'm pretty sure. Madrid, there will be a clear out. There has to be a clear out. Bro, getting slapped up by Barca twice, 2 years in a row. Bro, 2 years in a row getting slapped by Barca. 2 years in a row not even getting close to the Champions League final. I mean, they weren't even in. I don't even think they were in the Copa del Rey. So for Real Madrid, that's an abject failure. So heads will roll this season. But, I mean, as long as Sevilla stay in La Liga, I don't care what Real Madrid do. I saw a message to be respectful in the chat, but I want to be disrespectful. We are taking too much crap over the years. Yeah, man. We have. Like as Arsenal fans, we've taken a lot of trash. But listen, and what I will say, Kirby, is I'm gonna be nice and calm until it's time. I'll talk to you guys on the chat, but in person, I'm just biding my time, bro. Cause boy, when that title happens, when I see over the screen Arsenal champions, oh boy, hide your group chats. Hide your group chats, cause I'm gonna be in them. Talking grade A trash. Sean said, also, how does Raya sit bench for Spain behind Unai Simon? Criminal, in my opinion, 3 straight Prem Golden Gloves and UCL Golden Gloves. See, the thing, and I can talk about kind of international. I think Spain, the Spanish FA care more about Spanish players. Like, I think they like the Spanish players. But I also think Unai Simon, because he's front and center in Spain, they see him a lot more. And you know, sometimes your best goalkeeper ain't your number one. Like, do you guys think that Jordan Pickford is the best goalkeeper England can produce? But he's England's number one. You know what I'm saying? I think also Jordan Pickford does very good for England. So maybe Unai Simon does very good for Spain. But yeah, that's diabolical in my opinion. I think that David Raya should be. I mean, the guy is hands, and maybe he will be. Maybe he'll get a run out. But yeah, it's diabolical in my opinion. But I do hear what you're saying. And Sean, respect that. I don't lose sleep on individual awards, just the titles, bro. Yeah, I just want the title. Raya is stepping up. He's saving us. Definitely saving us. Who is good enough to step in our first 11 and set Mbappe? I'd take Camavinga over Zubimendi. Even if I'd take Rodrigo. I take Rodrigo over. I take Rodrigo and Vinicius over Trossard and Martinelli, to be honest. Yeah, that's pretty much it for me. I like Jude Bellingham as a person, but I think he's one of those other like overhyped players in my opinion. I think he's good, but him as a Galactico, yeah, I don't think he's Ronaldinho. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Gooner Rican got you, bro. Yep. Big up. If Madrid has a clear out, go get me Camavinga. But what is his injury history? Is he the one with the injury issue? I don't really follow Real Madrid because I'm too busy trying to not to get relegated with Sevilla. But you know who I would take from Sevilla as well? What's his name? Lucien Aguimen. Yeah, Lucien Aguimen. I would take him as kind of a Rice backup. He said at left he is good, but at center I don't take Camavinga before Skelly or Zubi. No way. I would invest money for Camavinga and left forward strike. Yeah, we definitely need a left winger, to be honest. Mbappe is a curse at club level, in my opinion. Madrid is all ego, and I talked about this yesterday, Sean. Like, Madrid need a manager like a Don Carlo or Zidane, someone who the players can look at and be like, oh, who are you? And he said, they just look at their trophy cabinet and say, oh, I was the best player in the world. Who are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, Ancelotti can be like, I'm the most winningest manager this club has ever seen. Who are you? You know what I'm saying? Whereas you got a guy like Arbeloa, whatever his name is, bro. Them dudes fighting and he just standing on the sideline chilling like, I don't. Ooh, Mbappe, he might put me in the locker. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, come on, bro. You need somebody to be like, bro, oh, y'all want to fight? You go to win in, you go to win in. Neither one of y'all are playing the game. That's what you need. And who gonna chat to Zidane? Who gonna chat to Carlo? But these guys left and they getting like Arbeloa and Javi, come on, bro. You need a bigger ego and somebody who can just slap their trophies on the table and say, until you won all of these, broski, you can't chat to me. You can't chat to me. Kirby says, I respect your opinion, Gooner Rican, but talking to Preface Trossard, the boss art tonight. Now, listen, I'm an honest fellow, right? Would I replace him at the end of the season? Yeah. Tonight, though? Nah, man, we ain't taking nobody. We ain't taking nobody. So, yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. I'm all Trossard. I'm all Trossard tonight. I feel you. Madrid needs Zidane again, but Zidane side for France after the World Cup. I mean, he can do both, but I mean, yeah, bro, that'd be tough. Like to see Zidane for France though. Be great. Big Zidane. Sean says, I want you. This is left wing for us. Camavinga in rotation with Onyeri, MLS, Rice, Ezent, and Guimaraes is one. Bro, I like Bruno Guimaraes. Right? I wanted him here. And I think Bruno might actually be attainable. Not Fernandes. Like, I don't want that dude nowhere near my team. But Bruno Guimaraes, I think, is very attainable for this team. Because Newcastle ain't winning nothing. Newcastle ain't gonna win nothing. So be like, hey, bro, we just won the title. And this is one thing that people don't understand as well. And I think they do understand it. But one thing we haven't talked about is winning the title grants you access to different players now. Because now they see, oh, Mikel can get over the line. You know, winning the Champions League, oh, these guys can win the Champions League. I can go win there. That's why all those good players go to City, because they know they're going to win. Right? They know that they're going to get some trophies. And this was my biggest problem with Mikel Arteta. How can you get winners into the program and you're not showing them that you can win? You're not showing the players that you have a track record of winning. And if you can't do that, why am I sticking around? Why would I come here if you haven't shown me you can win? You talking a good game, but I'm not seeing any armpits. So now this season is our opportunity to say, we got a title winning manager. We got a UCL winning manager. Come to our team, you'll win. Makes it easier on Berta as well. Xabi Alonso has won it all too. The Madrid Galacticos project has failed once again. One thing I will say, Sean, though, is to me, Xabi Alonso doesn't strike me as the kind of guy who has an ego. I think he's nice, calm, and collected from what I know. Whereas I think that Zidane can be calm, but Zidane headbutted somebody. And also, Don Carlo is Italian. You know what I'm saying? He don't have to say much. He got people who will talk for him. You know what I mean? So I don't think Xabi Alonso is like that. In my opinion, he might be. I haven't seen him in practice, but when Zidane will headbutt you. He headbutted somebody, bro. I'll fight you. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel. Respect, bro. Trossard celebrations. It, yeah. Bruno Guimaraes. Yeah, I like Bruno Guimaraes as well. I think Bruno would be good for the dark arts, and he can actually play. So yeah. Sean says take both Guimaraes and Tonali from Newcastle. I don't think they would give us both, but I would definitely take Guimaraes. I'd definitely take Guimaraes. Tonali would be good, but is he injury prone? And I want to get somebody better, bro. I want to, once we win the Champions League and once we win the title, you know what I'm saying, whether it's this year or next year or whatever, like, we have to go up a level. It can't be, you can't just be bargain binning anymore. Like, we win the title this season, bro, if we link with anybody from Chelsea, I'm going to lose my head. I don't want to be linked with I don't even want to be linked with a cheerleader named Chelsea, right? I don't even want to see that the team is, you know, using a team hotel that's in the Chelsea area. Bro, I don't want to hear Chelsea at all this summer if we win the title. I don't want nobody from Chelsea Football Club. I don't want Cole Palmer. I don't want Garnacho. I don't want Gittins. I do not want none of them dudes. I don't want nobody from Chelsea. None of them. And if we sign somebody from Chelsea, then we definitely know we owe them some money. They've done a backdoor deal. We owe them some money because there's no reason we should be getting anybody from Chelsea. Sean says no Tonali. He's homesick and a gambler. I ain't gonna spend 80 mil on that kind of risk. No way. And you know what? On that as well, Kirby. It's the fact as well. We dodged a bullet with what's his name, Mudryk. And we know that one thing this club loves is having good PR. And having a guy who gambles, having a guy who's, got some bad PR around him because of that, this club don't want that. This is why we got all these nice guys and people without issue. As soon as Thomas Partey was surplus for requirements, we got rid of him. You ain't getting no new contract, bye. Because we don't want that bad PR. That has nothing to do with us. So if you sitting here and you've got a history of things that look bad on the club, we do not touch you. Because they were talking about Ivan Toney gambling, and then all of a sudden, bad attitude. So I'm just saying. Madrid in the mud after Don Carlo yeah, bro. Yeah. But that's what happens when you let the workers run the shop. You don't let the managers manager, you let the workers run the shop. And now y'all ain't won nothing. We'll be linked with Chelsea players for sure. I know. I've already resigned to the fact. But I think after we win the title, then I just won't care. No one for Chelsea. No way. Nope. Sean says, I actually wouldn't mind Joel Hato from Chelsea. Only player I want because I think we missed the opportunity while he was still at Ajax. But I don't want him now because he got the Chelsea stink on him. Like, I can't remember what's the last good player we signed from Chelsea? I mean, people will say Kai Havertz. People will also say no Madueke. But I don't want no Chelsea players, bro. Kirby says, I agree, bro, about dodge bullet with Mudryk. Stay away from Tonali and his gambling issues 100. Yeah, bro, it's bad PR. We know our club love PR. Sean says we have never signed a good player. Yeah, bro, Petr Cech, mid. No Madueke, mid. I mean, the less said about Raheem Sterling, the better, and I like that guy. Yeah, bro, I can't. I can't think of anybody. So yeah. But yeah, now we're into community waffle. Now I'm just gonna chat with you guys for the next probably 10-15 minutes. And yeah, we will head out. I'll go enjoy the rest of my evening because it's 10 o'clock. And yeah, we'll be back at it in a week. He said, Sean, Hato is good, but we have Calafiore and Copy and MLS. We don't need Hato. Yeah. I don't want no more defenders either, bro. Like, I want more attackers. Check David Louis. Oh, David Willian. Bro, Willian came in here and got fat. Bro. Madueke, Havertz, Sterling, who am I missing? And Sean said, Galas. Yeah, number 10, Galas, bro. That's crazy. Yeah, we don't. But likewise, our best players go to Chelsea and win stuff. You know what I'm saying? We let Giroud go to Chelsea. He beat us. We allow Cesc Fabregas to go to Chelsea. He won. Didn't Ashley Cole go to Chelsea as well? We don't get the good end of that deal. I'm just saying. Calafiore is injury prone, and I'm being biased because I'm Japanese, but we released Tamiyasu for the same issues. Yeah, and I hear that. And apparently he was injured more than Tomiyasu. He was injured more than not Tomiyasu. Kieran Tierney. Yeah, Kieran Tierney. So, we were talking about how injury prone Kieran Tierney is, and California been out more than him. So, yeah. I like Tomiyasu, man. And it sucks that he had that injury history. Because I remember I was so gassed when we signed him. I thought he was a good player. But yeah. Also, you Japanese, that Japan away kit, fam, that thing is straight fire. That Japan away kit is fuego. I want it. But I got an embargo on kits. But yeah. Kirby said, we need attackers. Speaking truth, bro. Gooner Rican and Chelsea. Yeah, robbing us, bro. Robbing us blind. We owe them money, bro. We owe them money. Facts, bro. Our fullbacks have all been running to the... Bro, our team's been running to the ground. We're honest. If we're 100% honest, our entire team. Bro, our defense in general has the most minutes on our entire team. The most minutes I think is on our team. The most minutes is Martin Zubimendi, Declan Rice, then Gabriel and Saliba, and then I think Timber was up there, and I think Calafiore was up there as well. So he was actually our best 1v1 defender. Yes, Japan kit is fire. Yes, it is. I want it. Listen, I've got a lot of stuff that's on my list. But my wife, as you saw her in the chat earlier, she tried to get me to say, like, if I get a kid, then I got to give one away, and it's tough for me because I love kids. So I've tried to curtail my buying of kits. But yeah, I do like the Japan kit. Sean said Adidas been killing it with kits these past year. Yeah, man, they've been good. Trying to think. Spain's is good. Sad that Germany is their last year. I don't understand that Germany not being with Adidas, but it is what it is. Spain, Germany. Who else? Japan. I think they're doing Curacao as well. I would love to see it. The rest of that, what they do. But yeah, bro, their World Cup kits, their away kits, fire. They listen. Adidas have done the World Cup kits. They've done those kits. So yeah, I can't wait to see them. PSG chilling tonight. We destroyed Timber. Hope he will be back for the finals. We need him to stop Kvara. In my opinion, I think Timber's out for the season. Because even if he wasn't out for the season, unless he's gonna play against Burnley and Crystal Palace, putting him out versus Kvara and he's not 100% fit, that's a recipe for disaster. I would just rather put Mosquera out there and hope for the best. Our fullbacks, especially those since Arteta's been here, Bellerin, Tierney, Tommy, all these guys injured. All these guys injured. Bellerin got injured. He was off to Betis. Tierney's off to Scotland. Tomiyasu has left. Zinchenko was at Nottingham Forest, and now he's off somewhere else as well. Timber's injured, Calafiore injured, and White's injured. All these players have barely played a full season. Yeah, because he doesn't rotate them. He doesn't rotate them. Our fullbacks are definitely not rotating, and it's a testament to Gabriel and Saliba that they've been fit all season as well, because they've played a lot, and they don't get really rotated either. So yeah, 100, bro. Who do I support in the World Cup? This I support two teams. My thing fell, but this is my country. They're not in the World Cup, but this is my country I support. This is my first team, Puerto Rico. So when Puerto Rico is not in the World Cup or not in the competition, I usually pick another team. And my entire kind of following of club football, when I lived in Spain and now I live in the UK, so those are the two teams. England and Spain are usually who I support in the World Cup. So I have England kits, I have Spanish kits, and I support both equally. But Puerto Rico will always be number one team. If they ever make the World Cup, I ain't wearing no Spain, I ain't wearing no England. I'm wearing Puerto Rico the entire time. But they haven't made it, so I was hoping that maybe they'd be like a Curacao and they'd make it. But we haven't. So it'll be England and Spain, to make a long story short. But yeah, England and Spain, because I lived in Spain for 3 years, two and a bit, and I've lived in England since 2018. So those countries are the ones that are near and dear to my heart. So, Sean says, I support Japan, Norway, and Germany, my heritage. I don't support the U.S., my birth country. And Sean, I'm with you. When it comes to the U.S., as you can hear, I am American. I'm from Miami, Florida. I've never supported the U.S. team because I always thought they played boring football. Even when I was a kid, I used to watch Brazil and Mexico and Argentina. And you look at some of those players, who were playing for those teams. You had even as far back as you had guys like Carlos Vela from Mexico and Ochoa in goal. For Brazil, you had Ronaldinho and Rivaldo. OG Ronaldo, and then Argentina, you had guys like Riquelme and Messi. You know what I'm saying? So you've had good players, and then you look over the U.S. team. I'm watching Gus and Bob Bradley, and Clint Dempsey, and those lot, and I'm just kind of like, it's not the same, bro. It's not. It's not exciting to watch. It was never exciting back in those days. So when I was a kid, I actually watched Mexico because they were the closest Spanish-speaking country that were in competition. So I watched the Copa America and the Gold Cup, and they were closest Spanish-speaking country because I am Puerto Rican, so I always chose them. So I don't know why I stopped, Mexico, because I kind of stopped watching football for a while. But then when I got back in it, I was in Spain. So I supported Spain. I had their World Cup kit, as I showed you guys. And then I moved to England, and I follow England because I'm here. But, Puerto Rico will always be my number one team. True Gooner Rican, if Timber is back, he would not be at 100. Facts. Respect for Puerto Rico. Yep, 100%. England have our best players, Saka, Eza, and Declan. I'm from England, bro. Big up. Big up for England. England always let me down, though. I was at Disney World with an England top, and they lost the Euros. So, yeah. Puerto Rico trying to move there from staying in the United States. I love Puerto Rico. It's a little bit broken because the whole things that happened there. But I will always love them. My late mother was Puerto Rican. My grandmother, who I love to bits, is Puerto Rican. Born in Puerto Rico. My aunt is born in Puerto Rico. So yeah, I love Puerto Rico, and I love Puerto Rican culture because it's me. So yeah, man, I will always back them. All the best players for the U.S. are foreign, but born military brats mostly, bar Pulisic. Yeah, because it's so hard to actually get into. It's so hard to get into football in the U.S. So because all the academies, so you got to pay for it. It's weird, bro. That's why they're not good. But nah. Balogun plays for U.S. because he wouldn't get picked for England. Yeah, there's a couple of them who they wouldn't get picked for that actual country they play for the U.S. But yeah, bro, I ain't interested. in watching U.S. though. I have 2 USA kits in my collection. 2 USA. One of them is the old badge with Josie Altidore because he's Haitian and he's from the Florida area. And one was the black one with the red sleeve and the blue sleeve because it was cool. Other than that, it's mostly England and it's mostly Spain. I'm trying to move to Spain. Kirby says, Sean said, where do you live now? And Kirby says, it's this one. South Europe, small country, Montenegro. Great nature and beach, but not great lifestyle. Yep. I hear you. Serbia and Montenegro. That's all I know about that. But yeah. Small country. Very small. But big up. Oh, Social Joins in the house. Big up, Social Joins. What's good? Just doing the community chat now. Sean said, even Beckham said himself, the academy system is non-existent in the U.S. Only team that actually has an academy that's Europe, like is San Diego FC, which is interesting because you would think that maybe Inter Miami would have an academy like Europe as well because David Beckham. But, you know, I've never been to an Inter Miami match because I've lived here most of the time that club's actually been around. But yeah, I do know Serbia, Montenegro, Gooner Rican know Nikola Jokic. Yep. Real bad boy, Nikola Jokic. That guy can shoot. It's evening, Kirby. But yeah, man. Yeah, we're just having the waffle. Like I said, I'll be on for a few more minutes because I'm pretty sure the missus is looking at me through the wall. And I have to clean up and get ready for tomorrow. But tonight's good, man. It's good. We've made it to a stage where we're in control still. You know, and last night, it could have been so easy today to crumble because City won by 3 goals and they were 2 points behind. And we stood up and was counted. And most of all, David Raya stood up and was counted. He stood up and was the man. He stood up and was the one who kind of showed that he wants a title. And the rest of them follow his lead. So, yeah. And like Sosa said, big Raya saves. VAR done his job. Manager had a howler. Yep. I gave him a 3 out of 10. Players got out of his nonsense. And that's the thing that I want to consider as well. Like, how much of it is players kind of saying, you know what, I'm done with this. I'm done with this madness. Let's do what we do. You know what I'm saying? I'm done with this madness. Let's do what we do. Like, I'm done with this, you know, kind of being told to do things. And I want to just play football. And the last couple matches, we just seen us go for it. But the issue is our manager decided to take our best midfielder and put him at right back. And it almost cost us, but it didn't. Big up to Fraley. Fraley in the house. Fraley, you've been late today, man. I'm about to leave again, but big up for stopping by. Don't worry, we'll be around. Listen, I got the whole week. I might do a pop-up show to talk to you guys. You know, you guys know I like talking to the community, man. You guys are amazing. I love talking to the community. Sean said, my biggest what if is Abu Dhabi. Man, I feel so bad he couldn't get over those injuries. Man was ridiculous on the ball when fit. Him, who's up, Gilberto, right, with the leg break. You know what? But I can't speak on my biggest what if though. As far as the time that I've been an Arsenal fan, is Santi Cazorla. Santi Cazorla, bro. If he hadn't gotten injured, how different could it have been? Could we have actually pushed on to actually win the Prem title? Losing Santi Cazorla, I think, set us back. And then you had Santi Cazorla, who had an injury. You had Aaron Ramsey, who had an injury. You had Jack Wilshere, who couldn't stay fit. It's a whole bunch of what ifs. Kirby said, great night to be alive. City's going to lose confidence. They might make a mistake against Brentford. But But they beat Brentford. Amazing win. Raya and Trossard at the Bossard. Just wow. They might make a mistake against Palace, is probably what you mean. But yeah. Yeah, I think they'll slip up against Palace. I think they'll have a slip up, in my opinion. Freddie said, I had 50 heart attacks that game. FFS. Listen, bro, I said, if your heart ain't right, if it ain't good, it was tough. That game was tough. And I'm healthy. That game is tough. Kirby says Diaby was Vieira should be. Yeah. He was the heir. He was heir to Vieira and probably was injured. Fraley said I was watching El Clasico. I don't blame you, Fraley. I don't blame you. Barca champions, ain't they? So yeah, Real Madrid about to clear out. They about to clear house. Kirby said Jack Wilshere. Yeah, bro, I like Jack Wilshere. I'm glad he got into coaching and finding the joy. Santi, Rosicky, and Jack Wilshere. Yep, Rosicky as well. Fraley Sanchez for me. Hey, listen, speaking of Alexis Sanchez, I got a surprise coming. Make sure y'all, most of y'all subscribed anyway. But I got something coming because I love Alexis Sanchez. That guy is my favorite player. Alexis Sanchez is the reason that I'm an Arsenal fan. If it ain't for Alexis, would not be an Arsenal fan. RVP leaving too. Yeah, Robin Van Persie. I like Van Persie, man. I shouldn't. I just thought he was a bad boy striker. Bournemouth, I was gonna say, okay. Versus Bournemouth. I think they can slip up against Palace before Bournemouth, to be fair. But we'll see. We'll see, Kirby. Cazorla is to this day the only player I've ever seen who you couldn't tell what was his dominant foot. Bro could strike, ping, and control the ball with either foot flawlessly. Sean, he's still playing. He might retire now because Oviedo looks like they're getting relegated. But I saw him playing against Sevilla when they beat us, which they should not have beaten us. But they beat us, and this guy was still, bro, with his left foot, his right foot, Oviedo, bro, Real Oviedo, bro, they cooked us. I was like, bro, I can't believe this. We about to get relegated. But Sevilla's still up. 12th place. Still holding on. Big up. Freddie said, yeah, Barca cooked. Was watching the Sevilla game. Yeah, bro. Yeah, Sevilla was gassed at that last minute goal. Can't lie. Bro, Sevilla, that last minute goal out, bro. I was fist pumping. I thought Alexis should have had it. He was just a tad offside. But Alexis Sanchez comes on and he still got that. He's kind of like Trossard. Like, he can't run full speed. He can't do it all. But if you put him in a position to score, Alexis Sanchez, you don't lose that. He still has that. And I love Alexis, bro. I love Alexis Sanchez. But yeah, Sanchez was the baller. He was. I still love Alexis Sanchez, bro. That guy made it fun for me to watch. Him and Ozil, and then when he left, and Aubameyang came in, like those guys, bro, made football fun for me, and that's why it was so tough for me to watch Arsenal. But yeah, Real Oviedo, big up to Real Oviedo. Big up to Cazorla, big maestro of the game. Yeah, man, I love Santi as well, man. It sucks that he got injured, but it was great to see him come back and actually help lift Real Oviedo out of the Segunda Division into La Liga. They are getting relegated again, sadly, but he'll go down a hero there because he saved them. He saved them financially, and he also saved them on the pitch. So big up to them. I swear you can still technically make your let's see. Let us see. Let's see what we got here. Can you guys see that? You should. So Yeah, Barcelona 2-0. It's over. It's over. Barca's won La Liga. Look at that. Look at that form. But Sevilla are 13th now. Shot first. Because I think Valencia probably won. Yeah, they did. They beat Athletic Club. So 13th. Girona still has to play. I think Girona can overtake us. They're playing Rayo Vallecano, which I kind of want Vallecano to win. But if you look at it, these are the places. 8th place. We're only 4 points off of Europe, like, which is crazy. Like 4 points off of Europe, but also like 3 points off of relegation. It's crazy. It is a crazy La Liga season. But look at all that red, bro. All that red, yeah, bro. We think that the Prem is an ugly season. Look at that. But 13th with 40 points. I mean, looking at Sevilla's next match, I know we play Real Madrid. I know we got Real Madrid coming up. So we got Villarreal, which is going to be tough. We got Real Madrid on the 17th, and then Celta Vigo on the 24th, I think. But if we beat Villarreal, I think we're safe. So it doesn't really happen what happens versus Real Madrid and Celta. Because I also think that like Alaves aren't that great. And who else do they play? Alaves play Barcelona. Barcelona wiped the floor with them. They play Real Oviedo, which might be a wash, and they play Vallecano as well, who might be trying to get into Europe. Levante could come out of the bottom bit. Let's see who they play. So Levante plays Celta, Mallorca, and Betis. Betis is definitely a loss. Celta might be as well. And then, so looking at all three of us can kind of win one, lose one, and the other one's a kind of wash. Girona's who we're going up against, when you look at who they're playing. They're playing Vallecano, which you want Vallecano to win. Sociedad, I think Sociedad will end up beating them. They play Atletico, So all of us near the bottom have to play one of the big teams. So yeah, it ain't gonna be easy, but it's definitely achievable. So yeah. I want Cazorla to take over for Per at Hell End, bro. Imagine the ballers we could produce with him as a technical manager. I would love that, but I think he'll stay on with Real Oviedo because that's his team. I think he'll stay on probably as a coach, maybe a manager, maybe helping them out because that's what's near and dear to his heart. But I would love for him to come back and kind of teach us, that technical side. All-time five-a-side, Khan, Maldini, Zidane, Guti, and Henry for me. Five-a-side. If I'm going based off the players that I know and I've had the privilege of seeing in person, and if it's a five, not like seeing in person, but seeing in goal. If I'm doing prime, are we doing primes? If we're in our prime, in goal, Buffon. Defense, Chiellini, and I would have. No, I take that back. In goal, I'll have Buffon. In defense, I have Sergio Ramos. I'd have Messi, Dino, and Henry. That's my five-a-side. Yeah, Messi, Dino, and Henry. I love Ronaldinho. And Thierry Henry's just he's an amazing striker. I watched this live at Stadium Against My Country. He just took the ball from referee and get back to him in a 90-minute Mozart football. Yeah, little Mozart, Yeah. I saw bits of Rosicky when I first started watching, and then he got injured, and then he was gone. But yeah, I remember them talking about Rosicky. Freddie said La Liga is nuts this year. Yeah, bro. Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy how close it is. Sean said we could have 3 English European champions this year if we do the business, and Villa and Palace win as well. Yep. If it's the same Real as tonight, you win. Bro, they haven't been good. They haven't been good, but likewise, Sevilla near the bottom because they haven't been good. Although under Garcia Plaza, we have been a little bit better. We probably should have gotten more results, but we've pulled something together. We've gotten our moment. So if we can stay in the league, I think that'll be a shakeup at Sevilla as well, because they're saying that Sergio Ramos wants to come in and buy the club, which I hope happens. Real fighting each other in the competition and selling Mbappe. They had real problems. Yeah, I talked about it yesterday. I talked about it yesterday in the Waffle House. There's something genuinely wrong at that club. Or I talked about Friday. I think it was Friday. Something genuinely wrong in that club, and it's not going to get better. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to call it a night there. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. And I got work tomorrow. There's 6 of you in the chat. Listen, my guy Views is live. He's doing some reactions. He's pretty much the only person I can see live right now that I know. So if you head over to Views on Sport, leave him with the Rican raid. Leave him with a like, and then you can leave if you want. Because I know you guys might not want to stay around. But if you do, yeah, go over there, hit him with a Rican raid, and show him some love, man. Show him some love. And like I said, if you don't want to stay over there, at least go over there, drop a like, drop a comment, and help him out. You know what I'm saying? Help out. Help him out. Help Views grow, because he's helped me grow. He had me on his channel, and I appreciate him. So I'm gonna leave you guys with how I always leave you. Big up, Jack. Let's celebrate our win. Amazing. Yep. Jack says, all right, bro. Have a good evening. You too, Jack. I'm gonna give him a Rican raid shout. Thank you so much. Listen, I'm gonna leave you guys how I always do. I hope that whatever you want to happen this week happens. I hope that whatever you don't want to happen, whatever you want to leave you does. And most of all, I hope that you return to Gooner Rican TV. I hope you have a great night. I hope you come back. I hope you join the community. And I hope that we can finally get over the line. I hope we can finally get over the line. Said, have a good night, people. And big up, Bo. Big up, Fraley. And with that, I'll leave you guys to have the best night you can possibly have. Take it easy. Have a good one. And I will see you on the flip side.